Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we are on Taanit 30, in which we continue to discuss the sad Jewish day of the 9th of Av, Tisha B'Av, which we remember the destruction of the first and second Beit HaMikdash, Holy Temple in Jerusalem. The Talmud tells us that a person has to act in many ways like someone who is in Avelos, someone who is mourning over a relative that had recently died. Among the things that a person cannot do is one is not allowed to eat or drink for 24 hours. In fact, many of the restrictions are similar to Yom Kippur. A person is not allowed to bathe, a person is not allowed to anoint themselves, wear leather shoes, or engage in marital relations. However, there is something else that's forbidden, which is unique to Tisha B'Av, the only day in which the following restriction applies, and that is studying, learning Torah. The Gemara tells us that the only thing that a person is allowed to learn on Tisha B'Av are things that are directly connected to the Churban, the destruction of the temple. In other words, various psukim, passages, verses that are sad and not things in which perhaps can bring joy. Not only that, but even though, as we mentioned, Tisha B'Av is in the summer, imagine that there would be school. On this, the Talmud says, "V'tinokas shel beis rabban." When it comes to school, in which the Talmud often states the seriousness of making sure that there's always studying, when it comes to school for children, betelin, there is no school that day. There's no learning on that day, even for little children. The question is why? And on this, the Talmud quotes the sentence. The pasuk says, "Pekudi Hashem yisharim mesamche leiv," that Torah study is misameach, brings simcha, brings joy and happiness literally to your heart, which to me is a very, very powerful thing. Because by learning or not learning, is that truly something that brings joy to you? When a person is truly keeping Tisha B'Av properly and they do not learn, does the fact that you're not learning for that day, is that something that you look forward to? Or is that something that really is sad? And the idea is learning is supposed to be something enjoyable for all of us.